Hi, I'm Lauren Bryant, twin mum, event host, and award-winning small business specialist with a background in automotive and finance. I'm coming up to 10 years of Empower House, where I've helped hundreds of women streamline and scale their business. The greatest thing I've built, though, is an incredible community through my events, the Brunch Club. In over 70 live events, I've created thousands of connections and raised tens of thousands of dollars for charity. Most of all, I created a no-pressure networking space for women to feel seen, heard, and supported. This podcast is an extension of that, where I can share what I've learned, bring amazing speakers to share their story, and keep living the Empower House values: community, empowerment, and education. If you are an ambitious woman in business, welcome. This is for you. Hi, darling. Welcome back to the podcast. Thank you for joining me today. We are talking about pricing confidence, and I'm going to teach you how to get some, because in a previous episode a couple of weeks ago, I shared my AI tool for the Offer Clarity Coach. And most of you are struggling with pricing confidence. So I have a list of things we can do that is going to help you right now, today, to help with your pricing confidence. Okay, the first one that I'm going to go over with you is actually a tool. I'm going to give you this tool, okay? So make sure you visit the show notes after this. This tool is going to help you math it, because when you start a business and you have been an employee, sometimes it's hard to make that jump from employee to business owner and then make it profitable and all of that sort of thing. I get it. There is a real issue with people thinking, I'm not good at money because I'm not good at math. And these are two different things, right? And I want to tell you that that's absolute rubbish. For one, you are good at money. You don't have to be good at math, and you're probably much better at math than you think you are. This is a story that you're telling yourself. So we're going to get past that. That's a whole other discussion. This tool is going to help you math it, because what you want is your price is going to cover a number of things, right? We need to cover the product, the offer, the service, whatever you want to call it. We want to cover your taxes. We want to cover your take-home pay, the profit that you want to make. And then also the buffer, which is something I call a fuck around fee. And you are welcome to steal that, because it's a buffer for unexpected work, for time spent fucking around. So you're going to add a fuck around fee to your prices as well. And so what happens when we are not charging enough and we're not confident enough in our pricing is that we end up working for next to nothing, and sometimes actually going backwards. So math over everything. I'm going to give you this tool. It's going to ask you about your pricing, how many you sell, the costs involved, how much you want to make, and it's going to give you a profit making hourly rate. And so what that's going to give you is, for every hour that your business is open during the week, this is how much money you need to make in order to be in the financial position that you put into the numbers. All right. So math it first. Second, we're going to do a mirror and a muscle drill, right? You are going to get used to saying a price that makes you uncomfortable, and you're just going to stand in front of the mirror and you're going to say your price out loud like 50 times, okay? Do it until that number doesn't feel scary anymore. Do it until it becomes like your phone number. It's boring. You can say it and it's neither here nor there, right? If you can't say this number without smiling nervously and blinking a lot, your client's not going to hear it with confidence, and they're not going to feel like, hey, that's a good investment. Like, say, yes, definitely. No. So we're going to practice this until our nervous system gets really comfortable with that number, because sometimes it's just stretching. It's just that it's that next level and you need to get used to it, and you just need a yes. And we don't want 100% yeses because you're probably too cheap. We want 8 out of 10, because then we know that we're hitting the right mark with our pricing. If you've got 8 out of 10 saying yes and 2 saying no, you're probably in the right market and you're qualifying the people before you start selling to them, which is my next point. You are going to qualify the people before you start pitching. And I don't know what that looks like specifically for your business, but for me, I have an inquiry form and it asks them, how long have you been in business? What systems are you using? What's your monthly budget for a platform? What's your budget for this project? All of this kind of thing. Because I'm not going to pitch them a $10,000 package and 12 months support if they can't afford that. If they tell me that their budget is $2,000, then I'm going to have to give them something that either fits that, or I'm going to direct them into something else. And maybe that looks like a couple of strategy sessions or something like that, where I can help them do it for themselves, right? So we're going to qualify our leads before we pitch, because otherwise we are pitching to the wrong people, and that will hurt your confidence, your pricing confidence. My next point is we are going to sell the after, okay, the transformation, not the hours that it takes. Yes, there's going to be some times where you need to work to an hourly rate, and that's fine. I'm not saying that you can't do that, but what you are selling is the transformation. It is the after picture, not the before. And I don't want to hear you selling your hourly rate to people all the time, okay? You are going to stop pricing based on how long it takes you to do something. If you can solve somebody's $10,000 problem in 15 minutes, because you've spent over a decade learning how to solve that problem, they owe you $10,000. All right, because you are adding that value. So you are absolutely selling the destination, the after. You do not charge 15 minutes because you know how to solve the problem when it has taken you 10 years to get to this level of expertise. Okay? And then we're going to practice the power silence. So this can be difficult when you're feeling nervous. If you are saying, all right, this package is $5,000, but we can do a payment plan, and we could maybe take out the strategy call. Is that too much? Is that okay? Like, why are you asking? What you're going to say is, okay, the investment for this program is $5,000. And you're going to pause in a power silence. Just give it a moment. Take a breath, let it out, let them talk. Don't worry about the pressure. You just need to stay calm for a minute. All right. Another way that we can improve your pricing confidence is to put this in a system. So you go through a call with somebody and you qualify them and you make sure that they're ready for the thing that you're going to offer. And then you have the system ask for payment. And that might look like a landing page. It might look like a form with a checkout. It might be a PDF with an invoice attached. You let the system do the work for you. And then it's like a non-negotiable, and you don't even actually have to verbally ask for the money. You just let the system take care of it. We're also going to have a really good look at where you are discounting instead of removing things. So if a client says to you that this is over my budget, you are not going to start dropping the price for the same amount of work. Instead, you can offer to remove some deliverables. So for example, we can say, I understand $2,000 is your limit. So what we can do is remove these one-on-one sessions and keep the group access. That is an example of keeping to their budget by just removing some of the deliverables, and then you are not undercharging and over delivering and stepping over your own boundaries. Then we're talking about lighthouses. All right. So a lighthouse sits on top of the cliff and it shines its light, right? It doesn't run all over the beach looking for boats to save. If your price is too low, your high level clients or your big boats are going to see you as a risk. They're going to assume you are cheap, and cheap equals low quality. So higher pricing can actually signal a better experience, a better quality of work, of service, of expertise. Okay, so make sure you are the lighthouse and not a little lifesaver running along the beach. All right. We are also going to kill this whole permission language. We're going to stop saying things like, I think. Is that okay? Does that sound fair? Just checking in, and replace that with the investment is, or the next step is, or I recommend. You can see the difference in those. We are not asking permission from our potential clients on the way that we run our business. There are some people who would like to tell you how to run your business and how to price your offers, but they can start their own business if that's what they want to do. All right, stop asking permission and tell them and lead them down the path. That is your job. You are the one who knows this. You are the one they are hiring to solve this problem. So act like it. And finally, create a folder on your computer and save every screenshot, every email, every testimonial, all of the results that you get for your clients. This is going to become your win portfolio. Remind yourself of all of the successes that you have in your work, all of the problems that you are solving for people, whether that's $1,000 problem or a $10,000 problem, where you're helping them avoid mistakes, you're improving their life, you're helping them gain freedom in their life or in their business. Your price isn't a reflection of who you are. It's a reflection of the value that you create. So create yourself a win portfolio and look on it whenever you need a little dose of confidence and you need to remind yourself who the hell you are. Go back and look at your win portfolio and remember how much value you create and how important the thing that you do is for the people in your orbit, in your community. And finally, just to come back to this, you want to be aiming for an 80-20. 80% of people saying yes, 20% saying no. If you are getting too many yeses, your pricing may need to go up because you are too cheap. If you are getting too many no's, then have a look at this list that I've just given you of all the things that you need to look at first. Are you saying it confidently? Are you qualifying your leads? Have you systemized this? Are we making sure that we're using language that shows that we are a leader? Are we taking away things from our offer rather than discounting? Make sure you are very honest with yourself about all of these things first. And then if you are still getting no's, too many no's, then maybe you are too expensive, or maybe you're just fishing in the wrong damn pond. All right. Check the show notes. I'm going to give you my profit making hourly rate calculator. It's an Excel thing. It's super simple to use. I want to hear from you how you are feeling about your pricing confidence. I hope this has helped you. Come and slide into my DMs on Instagram. I am at empower.house. I will see you next time. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you so much for joining me on podcast today. I hope you loved this episode. If you did, please remember to share it with somebody else who you think will enjoy it too. I would love it if you leave a review, which helps me reach more people just like you. And don't forget to come and join me on Instagram at empower.house. Thank you, darling.